If you can get 50,000 HBAR, I can somewhat guarantee that is going to do you fantastically in the next bull run. And the reason behind that 50k HBAR is we're going to break that down, prices, etc. But I think that's a great number to get to. The problem is, when I pull up coin market cap, there's two things you could look at. Most coins are pumping absolutely beautifully right now, but HBAR is kind of lagging. And a lot of people are saying, well, that's because HBAR is dead. There's nothing it's going to do. No, it's still up 24% in the last month. But if you look at HBAR compared to other coins, it's lagging. So most coins are up 100%, 50%, minimum 75%. Some coins are up 5x. And HBAR is lagging, but I think a lot of people forget. They really, really forget how cryptocurrency works. But anyways, I think HBAR at 50k is a great play, and we're going to talk about this. I've wrote here a polarizing rant because I need to make it clear for maybe the new guys coming in here. I'm not telling you guys to buy everything in HBAR, sell the house, remortgage everything, get the wife to fuck. I'm not telling you guys to do that. What I am telling you is you are probably, can't guarantee, but you're probably not going to be sorry with some sort of allocation in a strong project that has great use cases, that has huge TPS, that has an actual team that has actual revenue behind a business, not just some shitty hype, meme coin, etc. Those can do well and those will do well. But imagine you could invest in a project that isn't pumping like fake news, that has an actual team, and it just will go. It just will go. Some people argue the tokenomics are a bit shit. I would argue that too. But regardless, it's going to fly. Now, again, I wrote this because I don't want you guys to say, Jake said 100% in HBAR. I'm not 100% in HBAR. Now, we can still take a smallish amount of money. I put smallish because their chances are diminishing as we go through this, not bull market, accumulation zone, probably one more dip. You're probably still going to be able to get this in cheaper. So again, if you're watching this at the current time of recording at 5.8 cents, I'm not telling you to buy now. But a D-stage strategy, it won't do you too long. But I do think this will dip if and when Bitcoin does one more whoopsie-doopsie, which I think it will do. But like I said, you can do a small amount of cash and do really well with coins like HBAR. Now, of course, you can come down the coin market cap and you can find those 100x plays. HBAR isn't a 100x play by the next bull run. It's really not. It's really not. I'm going to give you what I think it's going to go to, but it's not a 100x play. There will be 100x plays, but you are betting at the casino with most of these 100x plays. Most of them, you're not going to know where they're coming from. Most of them are just going to be absolutely fake. And most of them, even if you ride the 100x, are going to absolutely dump so fast on you. By the time you check in the morning with your little Jeffrey smile thinking you had 100k last night, by the time you check, it's down to 1k again and you actually lost money. Just keep that in mind. Now, a lot of people keep jumping from coin to coin to coin. I remember even in the peak of the bear market, people were still excited about HBAR. People were fucking loving HBAR. Okay, so the last bull market in 21, people were, yep, HBAR is the next best thing. Bear market comes, people start to realize, including me, I was like, okay, the rodeo's over. We got 3 years of hard work in a business. Let's get to effing work. That's where we're at right now. But even now, 6 months, 8 months before the halving, where it's like really getting tough, where it's like, come on, we're waiting here. A lot of people have just left HBAR. They've left completely HBAR and they're on to new projects. And the Jeffrey mindset, 2024, 2025, these guys are going to be jumping back into this coin when it's already too late. I guarantee that. So we look at projects like this and like, hey, ADA's doing well. This Casper with a K is doing well, or C with a K is doing well. Pepe's doing well, but HBAR, what's going on? Please do something. Here's a screenshot. One of my good mates. I've talked about this before. What are your thoughts on HBAR? It never responded well to the BTC jump lately. You'd expect most coins to follow like a sheep. When BTC goes, they all go upwards. HBAR obviously went up, but not the scale I thought it would, have BTC gaining nearly 7k GBP, 9k USD or whatever. And this is actually true. This is facts. Like HBAR didn't jump as much when BTC and Ethereum went. And like I said, these are just three random coins. Like most coins like Matic, etc. If you come here and look, they're up massively. They're up massively compared to what HBAR did. I mean, you look at Casper 30% in a week. You look at Thorchain Rune 50% in a week. I mean, HBAR has not done much, right? But again, it just shows you how these people think. You've got to be patient. If you're getting excited about the week, you got to get excited about like the actual run. It's not in the week, it's not in a month, it's in a year, right? Don't get excited about what's happening in a week because chances are you're not selling here. Okay, now these are great projects, but when you look at HBAR compared to all these other ones, like pretty much everyone on the top 100, 200, 300, HBAR is like the worst performing coin, right? But it doesn't matter about the week. If you're investing in the week, it's just that's a Jeffrey mindset. So fuck this long term, and it's not even long term. So I just want to put it out there because a lot of people are, if you probably had my number, you message. I see it on Instagram all the time, all the DMs. Again, there's a lot of fake Jake Gordons out there. Watch out for scams. There's only one Jake Gordon. Be sure you're talking to me, and chances are I won't reply to you anyways because I'm so effing busy. But yeah, a lot of people are messaging each other up saying this kind of shit. And it's true. I understand if you're brand new and it's your first rodeo, it will be this guy's first rodeo. And he's, I believe he's bought HBAR, but it's like, hey, it's not moving as much. It's like, that's fine. If you can't handle it, maybe you should sell when ADA's up 500%. Maybe you should sell when Pepe's up 1,000% and see how that works for you. It's not going to go well. So here is the reality, okay? We talk about this all the time. This is reality. Supply chain use case, major bank, complete a second round. The first crypto business featured by Fed now. Hedera Council, member of WorldPlay Global. Hedera Banks breaks a record over 1 billion transactions. The largest fintech in Africa alleged in Hedera for payments. It is just endless. 500 million tons of carbon credits for HBAR. Like, this is just a small screenshot of what the fuck is going on behind the scenes. And once this reaches bull run, right, and this just keeps going up and up and up, like none of these coins, it is great, sure. I don't know much about the Casper with the C, but most of these coins up 500, 600% are doing zero of this, right? They're just some YouTubers talking about them. They're just some guys pumping them on Twitter. They maybe have some sort of decent use case, but they're not doing shit like this, okay? You're always rewarded for the guy that hodls on great projects. So just keep that in mind. Now, if you're riding these shit coins, use that to come and bank more HBAR or bank more QNT, bank more Ethereum, bank Bitcoin. I'm not opposed to that. I love doing that. We do that all the time in our private group when we're trading, right? The whole goal with trading, etc. on these shit coins, or they don't even have to be shit coins, but to bank cash, to invest in projects for the DCA. So it's all a funnel. But if you're comparing apples to oranges here, you're absolutely crazy. Because when somebody's a newbie investor when all they care about is price. Price is important for the next bull run because we're trying to make returns. But right now, just keep loading up. Keep loading up. So again, LG, Hedera keeps pushing the boundaries in the crypto world. Their continuous innovation like hashgraph technology for speed and security is changing the game. LG Electronics is proudly part of the exponential Hedera Governing Council. Now these are huge companies. All you need to do is go on the Hedera website and just see the actual backers behind it. LG, Google, Bowen, are you crazy? Google, we're using Google right now on YouTube, right? It's crazy. So just keep that in mind whenever you're thinking about dumping your HBAR for a project up 1000x. You're doing yourself and your future family or whatever your future, if you plan to travel the world like me, you're doing yourself a disservice. And I'm not trying to sell in HBAR. I make no money from HBAR. I can't pump my bags with this tiny YouTube channel, but I'm just telling you, you are doing your future self a disservice. You really are. If you've got that mindset. Now again, if you can swap in and out of coins, you can do this trading thing, that's fantastic. But a lot of people, they buy high on HBAR and then they swap for something like, like Mina was pumping up, what was it the other day? No BS's favorite coin. Although he doesn't hold it anymore because I believe he's sent exchanging it wrecked. So what a lot of people will do is they'll see Mina pump, right? And HBAR's not moving. So they'll quickly jump into this and then they'll actually lose this and then they'll jump back in HBAR, but they'll jump in it with less coins. You've got to think of the coin's future value, and you're just losing your HBAR, your dollar value position here if you're buying highs and selling lows. So you sell HBAR when nothing's really much happening, although you have the long-term mindset. You look at Mina, it's pumped. You start buying the devil. You come out of Mina at a loss, and then you go and accumulate more HBAR anyways, but now you've got less HBAR. You do less damage in the bull run. So important. I see it happen all the time, and it's happened to me. Now again, sure, memes and FOMO is great. Like these will come. Like memes is great. For example, we look at again Pepe. Pepe's up what 2, 3, 4x whatever it is in the last month, and then we look at HBAR. Like I said, it's only up like 25%. We say only for the traditional retail market or traditional stock market. This is fucking a home run. This is 4 years worth of gains in the S&P or whatever. But again, you're comparing this on the monthly. You're comparing this against meme coins, etc. This is not long term, and again, it's not even long term. Now, again, I don't want to be a Pepe investor. I don't want to be that guy that's just going to the casino that tries to turn his $1,000 into 10k and then bounce. Chances are, you play the game, you might get this to 5k, but eventually you're leaving. You're leaving with less than the $1,000. Now, here's why. Now again, we talk about this all the time. Hedera has predictable fees. It's designed to have the same cost per transaction, can process settle transactions under 4 seconds, can scale with the exponential growth of the future. We're going to see this in the next bull market. Again, I just pull up these Twitter posts and these other articles. You don't need to believe me. Like, these are massive, massive things going on behind the scenes. And again, you're not going to see like the Pepe guys or like the Shiba guys or like the Flocky Uno guys like come to actually like do these pop-up stands in a bear market. You're going to see this maybe on like the Hexagons and all this other army. Nothing wrong with Hex if you want to believe it, etc. But you don't see this in the Come Rocket coins, the Memecoins, the MILF tokens. You don't see this shit. You might see this again in a bull market when everybody's excited. Again, you don't see like SafeMoon. You see SafeMoon, everybody get excited. Like, if you guys remember SafeMoon? If you don't, just look at the chart, you understand. So everybody was getting excited. I think the founder was going on AMAs and all this shit, right? Fantastic. That was great because he was making people money, right? And people at retail were buying in. But as this started to dwindle, he became less and less, and I don't even know what he's doing now. I believe it's migrated change to SafeMoon version 2.0. But regardless, I mean, if you just, yeah, I mean, there's your answer, right? So the founder just disappears, and there's no pop-up stands happening, especially in a bear market. That's the difference, right? Bear market, bull market, regardless of price, these guys are showing their face because the actual guys that are coming to these, like these guys understand their long-term play. And it's not even long-term. So why do you need the 50K? So 50,000 HBAR. It's going to cost you a lot more as we go through this. Again, it's not a bull market, but I believe this will dip. So I believe you could probably get this for less than $2,000 if you're patient. But if you are too patient, you might try and be too cute with it. You might never get locked in because again, if Bitcoin dumps, I think I'm really confident that we're not off to the races. It's too chill. I believe Bitcoin still can get another 10K knocked off its nose. We might go up to 40, 45. We're not hitting any all-time highs in the next month by this year. I do believe Bitcoin's got another low of 23 to 27, somewhere around 25. Then I'd be confident to start going in heavy. Even if it dips below that, it's not going to dip majorly below that. So if you wanted to be cute with it, sure, wait. Still, the DCA is not going to be a bad play, but if you had the $3,000 and you were like, Jake, I want to get double this HBAR, or at least, this HBAR for less than $2,000, I would encourage you to wait if that was your mindset. But for me, get more money, get more income, funnel it in on a DCA mindset, and it'll be absolutely fine. So the reason why we're putting the 50,000 HBAR, because I think this is achievable for most people. I really, really do. If you really try, because it's not today. Remember, you can do this over the next 8 months, right? So this might be $500 a month, and then some, $250 in other plays. You might put this at $200, and you will catch this eventually. Again, you should have been already doing this for the last 1-2 years, right? So the fact that you're coming up now and saying, yes, $3,000 it's not achievable for the normal person, maybe, right? Maybe, but you should have been doing this. If you've done this for 1 year straight, like, you're way past this, even with other plays in your portfolio, because again, I don't want anybody to be 100% in one coin, unless it's Bitcoin and Ethereum, and you just want safe returns, even though the gains will still be good. So the 50,000 HBAR, the $3,000 invested, I think a safe price, bro. I really do, and I would take this higher, but I don't want to give some crazy. I've probably got $4 in the thumbnail. I don't think it's going to $4. Not in this run. The next run, sure. The next run, I think 4 to 6. It might be even more. It just depends. But I do think this is a top 20 to top 10 coin potentially. But if you were to get $4, it's not going to happen, and you're not going to time this perfectly. But that's $200,000. If we're being realistic, I like the 1.15. I really, really do. And that guarantees you more than 50K. You've made 50K profit off the $3,000. It's nice. You can do a lot of damage, and chances are this isn't your only coin. If you had less, and again, if you're coming in with this market with 1.5K, you should have other plays. But let's say you had like 7K, and that, I would say that's very achievable for somebody that's been investing for the last 1 year. But even today, you can definitely stack that cash, live by your means. $500, $250 every single month. You're going to get 1.5K eventually. That's still a nice return. That's still an 18, 19x, 29K leaving the market. If you've never had this sort of money, and chances are you're probably going to be over 100K anyways with your other plays. Depends how risky, depends how safe. Like, this is nice. But if we can be serious and get that 50,000 HBAR, even selling at $1, you'll scale out before. So you'll maybe take the first chunk out at 45. You'll maybe take the second chunk out at 69. Wink, wink, nice number. You might take the last chunk out at 95. You've got 20, 40, 60. You've got 40% left, and then you might look at the 115, and then you might let the rest run at $1.45. You can really get crazy with this. And I encourage you guys, whatever portfolio, have this shit written down. It's fun to play with this stuff, but we're talking about real money. You're talking about real money here. So again, it's a 50 grand trade for the small investor. It'd be silly, in my opinion, to not come back and just at least go on their Twitter, at least go on their website, check what they're about. A lot of people, again, are chasing this. This crap will end. It'll come back in the bull market, right? But you're not smarter than the guys that are actually manipulating these coins. You're really, really not. Look at use cases, brother. Just look at this. Just, again, I'm not doing this to sell you in HBAR. I just don't want you to be jumping to coin and then to eventually come back to HBAR and you lose half your bag, because you need to think about that. If you're buying peak coins like Mina, you jump back into HBAR, you wrecking your position, because this wrecks this. It's like, oh, you've actually got less coins, so this will go to 1.5. No, you take this to 1.5 once you lose the coins. It's like now your returns aren't that sexy. You know, you do that a couple of times, you've ended up got 700 left. Now you're barely breaking 10 grand, right? You're barely breaking 10 grand. So again, with that being said, I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below on your position with HBAR. Have you jumped boat or are you still locked in? Take care. See you in the next one.